Good evening, and welcome everyone. Whether you are joining us via Facebook or on YouTube or on Love 101 Live, guess what? We are delighted to have you join us today and every day. My name is Tamika Scott Walters, and you are tuned to Family Time. Family Time is about your issues, your relationships, and your family, whether the one at home, school, work, or even in your community. Yes, whether yard or abroad, it is created with you in mind. Now, Family Time is produced by the Family Life Ministries, and our aim is to empower healthy families, which will lead to a healthy nation. So, stay tuned, invite a friend, and join in on all our platforms: Facebook, YouTube, or via Instagram, where we are live. Now, it is the season of giving, and we are sharing today's host seat. Now, joining me today will be your host, O'Neill Campbell and Zidane Plummer. Welcome to the season, guys. As we look forward to celebrating the birth of Christ and to a new year that's fast approaching, we've decided to explore your comfort zone, or rather, leaving your comfort zone. O'Neill, Zidane, how you do?
Hey Tamika, hey everyone. I am really excited about the Christmas season. It's the true reason for the season that keeps me rejoicing and upbeat at a time like this. And the fact that there are the holidays coming and a few days off from work doesn't hurt either. And so I'm looking forward to today's session. I am excited. And so whether you love the familiar, hate the unknown, how do you manage the unfamiliar? Whether it's from food, faith, to frolicking, where do you draw the line? Are you eager to jump into 2023? Or maybe catch your afraid for jump into uncharted territory? What makes today more comfortable than tomorrow? So, what is your comfort zone? And what's your least liked situation? Tell us in one story, just a quick short story of one situation that made you very, very uncomfortable, and how did you deal with it? And so you can send us your responses to the WhatsApp text number. That is 876-997-3125, or you can even send us a 30-second voice note with your story. And you can comment on Facebook, Love 101, or on YouTube. We'll be right back with our guest, Dr. Lakem Simaj. Don't go anywhere.
Let's give ourselves the best gift yet. Great mobile and internet. Value the whole year long. Garden Road's the best to get. Flow has savings just for you. Give great Christmas gifts, it's true. Samsung tablet for my boo. Samsung Fold 2. Our moments together with Flow Garden Road, it's better. This Christmas, Flow gives the best to you.
With Yard & Road, get a Samsung tablet or a phone for just $999 plus GCT.
Flow gives the best to you.
Conditions apply.
For all your carpet needs, come to the Carpet Store Limited. We do carpet cleaning, installation, custom rugs, and much more. We are the largest distributors of carpets in Jamaica. We also stock a wide variety of area rugs in different styles and sizes, such as wool, jute, and sisal, among others. Follow us on Instagram at thecarpet_store or visit us at 18 Dumbarton Avenue, Kingston 10. You can call us at 876-649-0174. The Carpet Store Limited, because you deserve the best.
This one goes out to everyone.
It's the Party in Paradise, the roller skating edition, an event you cannot afford to miss. It takes place at the Celebration Church Skating Rink Portmore Mall on Friday, December 23rd, starting from 6 p.m. with DJs Rebirth and DJ Marshy Reds. Special guests Ryan Davis, Harry in Christ, and Christopher Gale. Admission $1,500 if skating, $1,000 if not. Refreshments on sale.
National serving the people of Jamaica with your favorite foods to help you stay strong. Grab your national bottle, original, truly Jamaican. Something for all occasion, good for your breakfast, lunch or snack. Grab your national bottle, original, truly Jamaican. Best quality, 70 years strong. National build up the nation. National Baking Company, baked with pride since 52.
Dear, from the Christmas season start, me notice you wearing Chris clothes, house painted looking Chris, plus you're driving a Chris car.
Kerry, you know says Chris and Charles may get a loan from. Now I'm looking Chris for the Christmas.
Borrow $1 million and get 30% off your processing fees in less than $25,000 monthly. No guarantor needed. Be Chris for the Christmas with Chris and Charles. Call 876-920-4189 or WhatsApp 876-838-9028. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
Lord Keisha, you hear about the little girl we get shot in the community last week?
What do you mean?
I'm here say things are gonna get even crazy, I know, cause them boy they smuggling some new gun the other day.
If me could have said something without bad man hear about me name, me would have talked with me know a long time, you know. Cause for them foolishness always come back for hurt the innocent people in the community.
But you know, say, them have one program where you can actually give information to the police secretly, you know. Customs join up with Crime Stop and start one campaign named Tell Us. So people can give tips and nobody nothing know say them. Them all give out money if the reward lead to an arrest or them can find the gun them.
Boy, honestly, me kind of afraid, you know. But things can't continue, so. Me ready to tell them when me know.
You're right. We have to put a stop to it.
The Jamaica Customs Agency wants you to tell us what you know. Call Crime Stop at 311 to share information about illegal guns and other contraband coming through our borders. The Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Precious moments we share with you, everything so right. Malta, you're full of life.
The time by Malta is...
It's 5:36. And
It is 5:36. Indeed. Welcome back to Family Time on Love 101. Believe it or not, we've got a special guest for you today. And guess what? You have an opportunity to tell your story. Dr. Leakim Samaj is our special guest today. And we will be discussing leaving your comfort zone. Dr. Samaj, how you do?
I'm excellent, thank you.
No, Dr. Samaj, we often hear about leaving the comfort zone. So you are in the hot seat today. But just to remind our listeners, Dr. Samaj is no stranger to Family Time. He is the founder and chief editor of Above or Beyond and a transformation psychologist. Now, we want to hear from our listeners. So, Dr. Samaj, you're going to give them the chance to tell us how they got out of a situation that was very uncomfortable. Listeners, we want to know how you dealt with it. WhatsApp your text and voice notes, 30 seconds or less, to 876-997-3125. Watch us and comment live on our Love 101 Facebook or YouTube page, or call the studio lines at 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. Time's moving, so let's jump in. Yes.
I hope you're hearing me clearly. This is, I'm here on a bus. This is crazy. I'm actually traveling, and I hope you're hearing the I'm not sure if you're hearing the ambience here on this bus I'm traveling on, but I'm looking forward to this program with Dr. Samaj as well. So this Family Time, different style towards the back end of this.
Okay, there. So that's our co-host, Mr. O'Neill Campbell, and he's having a little difficult situation right now with connectivity and traveling. So O'Neill, we can hear you, but not very well.
This is the roving report on the JTC.
I love it. Yes, absolutely. Looking forward to sharing. Dr. Samaj, we often hear about the comfort zone. What is the comfort zone? Is it a place? Is it a state of mind? What is it?
It's where you're comfortable. It's where you enjoy doing things, and anything outside of that brings on anxiety. I'll give you a quick example. Many, many years ago, I did the social engineering for the North Coast Highway. That was the first major highway project in Jamaica that took on such an expanse, and that everyone who was being impacted by it should also benefit from it. And what I did, I had meetings with all the major communities along the way. I walked from Port Antonio to Negril. Not one time doing, and
I would
then,
hope not.
and then I would set up meetings with the community people because you hear this highway coming and this house going lick down and you have to move from here, so and this have to move. People came to every one of the meetings upset, anxious. And my first question to them was usually, all right, folks, how many of you here, the day before you were supposed to get married, you had diarrhea?
Oh.
The day before you were supposed to go to Kingston to go to school, you had second thoughts about it. That's what comfort zone feels like. Here is something that you want to do, you need to do, but where you are, things kind of comfortable. And the anxiety that overcome you sometimes. Some people don't even bother try to move.
Fair.
So that's basically what it's about. That process that holds you. But guess what? We're not born like that. If you know, as that children, if you have babies and you have an upstairs and downstairs house, the first time you know your children can climb stairs is when you come and see the child at the top of the stairs crying. Because they learn to climb up before they learn to climb down.
Yes.
They're up there bawling and can't come down.
Yes.
Again, look at children. Children start crawling, but then they start to walk.
Yeah.
And then they drop and they get up and walk again, and they drop and get up and walk again. So that moving out of the comfort zone is something that is necessary for growth and development. And there's a saying that you'll never discover new lands unless you move from the shore and lose sight of the shore. If you don't head out, you're not going to grow.
We won't know what's beyond.
No.
Yeah. So Dr. Samaj, tell me, when we are in the comfort zone, remember as you're saying, it's that place we are comfortable and we are safe. Look here, over here, I am good. This is the spot. How serious of an issue is it then when one decides, look, I don't need to leave. I am good right where I'm at.
Hello. You're touching enough corn now. A whole heap of people in their 20s and 30s still at home with mama and papa. Because you're not paying a rent, or you make a little contribution, fridge full, so that a lot of young people, the proportions today are significant. Even that alone, you're staying at home because you go out the road rough.
It is.
But that's how you grow up. If you don't do that, it's the same thing when kids go away to school. There's a song from a long time ago called, Hello Mama, hello Mother, Hello Father. And, it's about a kid going away to camp. Hello Mother, hello Father. And the child is writing home in tears.
Wow.
Because, all the problems with camp.
Yeah.
But then another day, like a couple of days later, the letter tells you all the fun they're having and so on and things. But that is that process, the whole thing about leaving your comfort zone. And it's a part of we can raise our children to be fraidy and don't want to try nothing, or we can give them developmental steps. So, for example, the same way the child who is in an inner city community where shop around the corner, we send the child to shop. But the average middle class child in a middle class community, there's no shop to go to. Supermarket, and your mother drive you to the supermarket. What I did with my children, I stop in the parking lot and give them the list and say, go buy this something them. And I wait for them. So they have to go in there, navigate the supermarket, pay, get back them change. So you start to train them to do the kind of things that it will become almost impossible for them to do, to walk from where they live to get to the supermarket. So the process is, by the time you're age 35, 80% of what you do on a daily basis is based on habit.
Yes.
Habit. You drive from work to home and you didn't realize the car turned the road by itself and all of that. Now, when you have to go out of habit now, the brain has to now engage.
Yeah.
So that's why it's about change, and a lot of people, you're comfortable, you don't have to think. Literally, we can go through the day without thinking. But then, if you're out of the comfort zone, again, you drive into work, and all of a sudden you come to a roadblock, and it's a detour. But I know that road, yeah? And it takes you
Unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar brings anxiety.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
So, Dr. Simaj, for the parent who is listening now and may not have been so, their parenting style may not have been one that encourages their child to step out of that comfort zone so readily, and they don't want to provoke a knee-jerk reaction, but they want it to be a gradual, systematic implementation. What advice would you have for that parent now to work along with the child to encourage them to step out of that comfort zone in a safe environment?
Safe and comfort are almost,
opposite.
The parents can be comfortable too.
Exactly. Right. The parents themselves, because in fact, it's the parents' own anxiety.
Oh yes.
They don't want to send the child. They don't want the child. I saw a story recently from the CEO of Virgin. What I'm blocking on his name now?
Richard
Branson. Said when he was like 4, he used to live way out in the country, and his mother once they just stop the car and drop him off about 4 miles from the house and say, find your way home. No, you realize now this man with one balloon and spacecraft, and so it was engineered in him from early that you mustn't be afraid. You must be able to find your way. You must be able to do things and so on. So that's the kind of thing. The comfort zone. There's somebody that's close to me, and I commend her on how she raised their daughter. Just imagine a child went to Immaculate, so it's a girl now. Your mother drop you off at school in the morning in a Mercedes Benz, and you take the bus go home. Now, how many Jamaican children can do that? Because it's 2 different worlds,
Yeah.
The world of taking bus. The child whose mother can drop them off in a Mercedes Benz for school don't know how to take bus.
Don't know which bus go where.
Very true.
But circumstances that created a situation where the mother could not take her to school. So, back to your hybrid. So the first day, the helper went with her on the bus, so she know which bus to go. And then when you go down halfway tree, here's what you do now on his, and the helper went with her like 2-3 days, and then the next day, the helper just walked with her to the bus stop and said bye. So that's one the way you can engineer it, you can facilitate it. The whole thing about moving out of comfort zone. Growth exists beyond the comfort zone.
Beyond, yeah.
You stay there, you will not grow, you will not do anything, you'll not develop in any way whatsoever.
Learn something new too, yeah.
Learn something new.
Dr. Samaj, it's familiar. It's familiar to me. I mean, I don't drive a Mercedes. I would hope to.
Yes.
I had that experience recently where I decided to teach my eldest, who is 13 years old, how to take the bus to school.
Yes.
So like the helper, I take the bus with her the first day. And I'm thinking, poor thing don't even know. Say, you have to hold on, good man. Brace up your body. You can't rock back. You can't lean forward. hold steady. You have to lift up your bag, make people pass in the passage, go down in the bus. So, I mean, I really understand. And I mean, O'Neill is joining us. He's a parent as well. And I don't know, O'Neill, Dr. Samaj really hitting it now. He's telling us these things, learning. And I know you're having a bus adventure now, but how about you and your comfort zone?
Can I hear you?
Wow. O'Neill looks like
still having some challenges.
Having some challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Samaj.
Yes.
So the process has to be, it's best. Look, there are children who never had a comfort zone from them little. I mean, I see children like 4 and 5 on the way to shop.
Yeah.
Because the mother said, no, go shop, go buy things and so on. And, but then you have other children now, can call them children, in them 20s, living at home with mommy and daddy, and they have never gone to a supermarket.
Independently, no.
They don't know if something happened and they need to get home. They would, and somebody isn't there to pick them up and take them home. They don't know which bus. They would know, even a taxi, what to tell the taxi man.
Not even the direction or which bus drive that route.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's the kind of things. There are another element now, where there are lots of young women in their 20s now who can't cook,
Can't boil water.
Why? Grow up with mother and father and helper. Again, it's not your mother cooking, it's a helper cooking. And you just go to school and come home and eat and. So unless somebody actively now start to teach you those things, when you going to learn them? Because the comfort zone, you just go to the dinner ready, you go to the table.
Yeah.
So that whole thing, we have to make it, we can structure it. We can do it in a safe way. It's almost like, and if you ever try teaching a child to swim, or take your child to swim class.
Yes.
The child didn't want to go in the water. They didn't want to go anywhere near the pool. They didn't want to.
Some adults too, Dr. Samad. Some adults too.
But I mean, no adults. Most Jamaicans can't swim.
That is factual.
Some adults too.
Children can learn to swim before them can walk. Yeah. Remember, the child came out of a liquid environment.
Yes.
Right? And it's imagine when you watch that child by the 3rd or 4th day, the second day they don't want to go, them crying and them bawling.
And in no time. Yes.
Again, we see it also when you take a child to school for the first day. The bawling that takes place. Because the child is moving to the comfort zone at home and going to this strange place. I had a reverse situation now with my second daughter. She was in the vehicle every day when we're dropping off the first daughter at school. I want to go to school too.
Oh, yes.
You're not old enough yet. It's the first day we drop her off at school. She come out the car and she walks straight into the school without even turning around to wave.
Not even a goodbye.
You know who start crying now?
Yes.
The roles reversed.
Her mother start crying over the again, that comfort zone. I mean, it is a process, so that if we can do it gradually, all the best. If we can provide a safety net, if we can provide some supportive, calculated risks, so you try it, but if you're missing out, we're dead.
Yes, Dr. Simaj, I want to come back to that because I'm truly curious about how coming out of the same environment, those two children are different. But we have a caller online, so we're going to take the call and then come back to looking into that. So, caller?
Yes, Dr. Samad. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes, welcome to this program, man. I tell you, I enjoy it. A lot of people some of the people they don't understand that comfort zone bring poverty,
True.
It brings poverty. When a young man grow up and live in a parents' yard till he reach a 30-year-old, he go out and he come in. You live for plate and go in a fridge. You have no intention to go work, to go plant for yourself. And I realize and bring poverty. And those are the people who full of covetousness. You understand the Bible says when you become a man, you feel leave your mother and your father house and go cleave to your own life.
Exactly.
Right? And girls in the same thing. And most Africans show the mother to you. When the father said, boy, go look something do. Some of the mother say, let the boy, let the girl. I don't know what they're doing to that child. Right? And that's why you find a lot of irresponsible man in Jamaica today.
That's right.
Because they live in a too much comfortable zone, man. Depend on their mother and their father to carry them on. They say, I wonder if everybody who find themselves in a comfort zone could understand what you're talking about. It will bring poverty, a little fall in a hand, and too much sleep. It brings poverty. That is a very dangerous thing for a young man or anybody in it at all living in those conditions. It worse than cancer.
Oh boy. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
You know, the other side of what he just, when he said it brings poverty, you know what I thought immediately? The quote-unquote comfort zone of a savings account versus an investment
account.
The savings account not paying you nothing.
Not yielding any interest. No.
In fact, what it's giving you is way below the inflation rate.
Significantly.
You put your money in a savings account, the bank is using your money to work it and make money and give you nothing out of it.
Yes, I saw the recent reports as well.
Absolutely. In fact, the BOJ just published something recently trying to show people what the numbers are.
Yes, in the Sunday Gleaner, yes.
But then now, you know, are the one now supposed to know, all right, should I open a money market account?
Yeah.
Should I put something in the stock
market?
You follow me?
Trust, yeah.
Risk and reward go together. So if we start teaching people, when somebody tell you, why, they can't, me know something, you know, that is no risk, and you can get out 30% for your money. Move from side of them.
Yes.
There's always a risk, you know.
The risk and rewards are proportional, but then you start to learn how to do it, how to manage risk. Yeah. So that when I heard him talk about poverty, that was the version of comfort zone poverty I'm saying. So, and many Jamaicans are still comfortably, it's poor people have savings account. All right?
Yeah.
Only people don't have anything called savings account. There's no, you don't need a savings account.
Because it's not benefiting, not giving you anything on it.
No, it benefits the financial institution. But then you have to take some risk.
Yeah.
You have to manage the risk and so on. But the whole notion of taking, you know, a comfort zone in almost every aspect of life, football, huh?
When they've just concluded World Cup.
You can just stay and play defense and lay back, but guess what? You're not scoring a goal.
You have to go forward. You have to move forward and attack.
You have to go forward and take the chance that if you move forward, you can't stay back and score a goal.
No. You may get a foul, you know, you may get a kick on your shin, but you have to keep at it.
But you're not getting a goal. And in fact, you can stay back and also score a goal.
Yes.
Concede because you only a bungle up and the goalie can't see the ball and all of that. But you have to take chances. You have to do something. And you know, I try in my presentation, I explain to people that what we call the miracles of Jesus, you know, analyze them carefully, every single one. What Jesus says, that you must do something. Lazarus, come forth. Zacchaeus, every single one. The wine finish, fill the jars with water. You understand me? Every single one had you doing something. Step out of the comfort zone.
Faith without works is dead indeed.
The prodigal son. Did the father go look for the boy? No.
He came back.
Give me money. Go on, you say you can make that. Go on. But you're a big man. It's when the son hit bottom and come back and said, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and I am no longer worthy to be called thy son. he had to confess. And yes, I messed up, I did wrong. So
Yeah.
that I think we see all the examples in the Bible in terms of people.
Sound words, Dr.
Something.
Yes, we're coming up on a break, and we just want to remind you to share with us your story of a situation that made you very, very uncomfortable and how you managed to deal with it. We're looking forward to hear your responses. WhatsApp your text messages and your 30-second voice notes to 876-997-3125, or you can comment and let us know your story on the Love 101 Facebook and YouTube page, or you can call us in the studio at 876-968-8327. And just so you know, the numbers for the Family Life Ministries head office in Kingston are 876-920-1034 or 876-926-8101. When we get back, we'll all still be here. So join us. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever the time, whatever you do, Hanes Underwear is the brand for you. Hanes Underwear for the perfect fit. Hanes Underwear is a hit. Dressing up to go with Hanes Under is how we flow. Comfort and style for everyone. A favorite for generations. Hey, Hanes. Hanes for the perfect fit. Hanes is a hit.
Hanes, the must-wear underwear.
The Trust and Corporate Services Providers Act 2017 and the Trust and Corporate Services Providers Regulations 2022 require that individuals and corporate entities be licensed by the Financial Services Commission. Individuals and entities that were providing a corporate or trust service before April 25, 2022 must therefore submit an application to the FSC for the appropriate license on or before April 24, 2023. Relevant stakeholders are encouraged to apply now. Application forms may be obtained from the FSC's website at www.fscjamaica.org.
Big discounts are coming to town. It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale at Home and Things. Enjoy holiday savings on all your favorite tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, vanities, windows and doors, lighting, home decor, and more. Check out dazzling deals on new arrivals. Unwrap the discounts on all your festive finds at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Santa Stick Christmas sale you don't want to miss at Home and Things this Christmas.
The National Prophetic Summit is back again with Recharge the Return on Friday, December 30 at 6 p.m. New Life Assembly of God, 148 to 150 Constant Spring Road, will be ignited with prophetic worship and the word, featuring Psalmist Rhoda Isabella along with prophets Chambray and Jacon Gamble. It's free. So come on out for rich prophetic encounter at Recharge the Return. For more information, visit thegiftednetwork.net. See you there.
Welcome back, everyone. Always a pleasure to have you. Now, remember, today's topic is leaving your comfort zone. So, tell us a story, 30 seconds or less, of a situation that you were uncomfortable with and how you dealt with it. As Zidane, I must apologize for O'Neill. He's having some challenges, and so regrettably, listeners, he won't be able to continue with us. So Zidane, I have to put you on the hot seat. How about that situation? Share with us now how you got out of your uncomfortable spot.
Yeah, well, my uncomfortable situation was actually when I had to pursue my university studies, my bachelor's. There was a period in time when I wanted to change majors, and I was between psychology and education. I felt that I should pursue education, but I am someone who forecasts, the future, and I saw where education would not yield much new enumeration, and it was going to be uncomfortable for me. But I think one of the things that I started to do then was it forced me to become a lot more financially literate. and I had to now develop strategies. And so when Dr. Simard spoke about investing, while I was in university, I had to start an investment account because I knew that in order for me to manage certain responsibilities that would come upon me as someone who desires a family, then I couldn't wait as maybe someone who would have been better positioned in another area of study. And so that was my uncomfortable situation. It still is an uncomfortable situation, but I am managing day by day. What about you, Tamika?
Boy, Zidane, I have my situation, but guess what? I can't help it because you said you had to choose between education and psychology. And here we have the psychology. So I have to go to Dr. Samaj. Was that an assessed risk and Zidane pursued passion, or did Zidane stay in his comfort zone?
No, you see, he assessed the risk and he did something about it because again he did something to temper it, as he said. Because look, there's one thing in business, that hope is not a strategy. I hate hearing government talk about what we're doing so and so, and we hope that the criminals will not, and we hope that the taxi drivers will be hope. Hope is not a strategy. Behavior is governed by contingencies. What you put in place. So you have to put some things in place when you want to facilitate any kind of change. Back to the neuropsychology of this. 60,000 thoughts pass through your mind on the average day. 60,000.
Wow.
But guess what? Most of them are the same thoughts from yesterday and the day before and the day before,
Over and over, repetition.
Yes. So unless you do something, you're going to be doing the same thing you used to do and you used to do and you used to do and you used to do. So again, it's important for parents to start helping children with this transition. So even if the child is at home and start to work, make them pay a bill. Take some money from the child. So that it is, you should not even tell the children that. But some parents don't, well, I want my child to listen. There's a saying, a wonderful quote I heard many years ago from Dr. Carolyn Cooper. Many parents try so hard to give children what they didn't have that they end up not giving the child what they actually got.
Yeah.
All that resilience that the parents had. Many children now don't have any at all because parents do everything for them.
Creativity, so many things, yeah.
Absolutely. No, maybe I was the opposite, in terms of I was always one to move out of comfort zone early, just on my own. When I was in lower six, I did very well in high school, but it was clear to me that back in my era, we never have the student loan bureau. We never have nothing. So if you don't have the money, you're kind of dark.
Can't move forward.
That's right. So at the end of lower six, my mother at that time was living in New York as a housekeeper. I tell her I am coming to New York.
Yeah, go foreign, big foreign.
Big foreign to get a job.
Yeah.
And pay for my education. When I got there, my mother gave me an application form for Bronx Community College. So our friend says, a good school is, and in 2 years you can get a job. We give it back to her and say, Mama, my plan's bigger than that. But she said, but I don't have no money. I said, Mama, all I want from you is money to buy a newspaper. And that's why I say this, because that's my mother's narrative.
Yeah.
My mother gave me 25 cents this Saturday evening. I bought a paper Sunday morning. I saw one job in there for chemical lab technician. I have 16, But I have O-level chemistry and physics and maths and math. I'm good, so.
Big thing, yeah.
I apply for the job the Monday, get an interview the Wednesday, and start work the Thursday.
Wow.
By the end of the month, I saved enough to get the application form and I applied to college. I applied to one college. It took me 5 years to finish the first degree because I work in the school every day,
Part-time and back and
forth. I work, and then when Jamaicans people don't know when rain fall, when snow.
Yeah.
No, my mother's narrative, I took 25 cents and make life. Because at the end of my undergraduate, I did so well, I got 4 options to do my PhD.
Wow.
Then I got a postdoctorate. And then
You never stay in a comfort zone.
Then I was on the faculty at Cornell University.
Oh.
Now you follow me?
Yes.
I made a decision to leave Jamaica at 16. And go big foreign.
Big foreign, yeah.
Go look work.
With a 16-year-old self.
With my 16. But here's another part of leave a comfort zone. After my second year at Cornell, I was voted the best teacher in Cornell.
Wow.
Distinguished teacher award. So I said, but if I so good, why am I doing here? And my people need help. I resigned from Cornell and came to UWI to a 1-year appointment. I took a 80% cut in salary to come home to Jamaica. That is coming out of comfort zone because I have a bigger plan.
Exactly.
My plan was, how do I help my people? So some people would want to stay there and no, that's not what I want.
But it seems to Dr. Samaj then that sometimes in our passion for pursuit of passion, we sometimes look like the reason we leave our comfort zone may not even be for us, because it would have been quite beneficial for you to stay where you are.
Absolutely. It would have been, but you see, but guess what? There's a wonderful African construct, that says as you get older, your sense of self should get larger. A child or an imbecile has a small sense of self. As you get older, you think of your family, your tribe, your community, the world. So that you're living for the broader picture as such. So that it is easy for me to, because very early I leave my comfort zone. So the idea is to encourage children to leave the comfort zone. The more you do for the child, you turn in Jamaican term, them turn bafan. Them can't do nothing.
The more you do, the less they learn and the less they do.
And the absolute less. So one has to ask. Look, it is so bad in many areas. There are many parents are so helpful. Them the child homework for them,
I don't know. That is helpful, but I know about the situation, Dr. Samaj.
No, that's not helpful. You're not helping the child. You're doing the homework for them. You help them with the homework.
Yeah.
But you don't do the work for them.
Not at all.
You want the child to do well. That's not how you get a child to do well, by you doing the work for them.
Yeah. Dr. Samaj, the mindset that you shared just now, I mean, that's a big thing, I don't know if you realize the magnitude of what you did, but a 16-year-old here is still much considered a child, and to take on the responsibility of working to finance your own education. Not many 16-year-olds do it.
Yeah,
that mindset that you shared, that you've always have, how important is it in overcoming fear? And are there steps that we can take or systems that we can put in place to get us to that place that you were from 16 years old?
Oh, that's an interesting one, because it's almost like I can remember so many incidents from, I was born in Kingston, but then my mother was from Clarendon. So by the time I was 9 months, she took me back down to Clarendon, a place called Desire. And I stayed there until about 4 or 5. Then I come back to go to school in Kingston with her, right? But I remember, you can't show what is memory and what was told to you. You see, every time holiday, whether Easter, Christmas, as school finish here, so the next morning, where am I? I am down West Street. My mother put me on Mayflower bus. And my friend, I tell the driver to let me off at, And my mother said that the driver said, every time the bus stop, we reach Fairburn, sir. we reach Spanish Town. We reach Fairburn, sir. Because I don't know his where, but the idea of just put me on the bus. And you ask it. No, our children now are flying unaccompanied minors. A plane them depend from them little I go a big foreign. So maybe it's from your little, because she could afford to take off the time from work to carry me to country. Just carry me a bus station and put me on the bus. Time to come back to town, them carry me go Fairburn and put me on the Mayflower bus. and tell the conductor, let me off at West Street, West Parade. No? So it could be out of that kind of thing,
The
whereby
journey helps to shape the mindset.
absolutely, because you were, and you went through it a couple of times and so on. And you have some children, who are my eldest daughter. She was like this. I remember she went to we when I was teaching on UA campus and living in College Common. We went to Hope Valley Experimental. That's where she was for her first school. And I would drop her off at school and go back for her in the evening. What did I go for her? Don't see her. Oh, they said, but she gone. I mean, she gone. She would always tell me, but Daddy, I know how to find my way home. I know how to find my way home. So here what now? She decided to find her way home and walk through the university campus and so on. But by the time I up and down here, then by the time I reach back home, I see her stump on the veranda. But guess what? Another little girl sitting with her. She inveigled this girl to walk with her, go home.
Listen.
No, guess what?
That's serious.
This girl don't know where she live. This girl have no idea where she live. So now I have to now drive back to the school now, and eventually I find this mother who is totally terrified, can't find her daughter. But at least my daughter not only know the way home, but also arrange company to walk.
Okay, Dr. Samaj, we're heading into our final break. But when we get back, I want to find out about that particular route, the disadvantages of the adventurous one stepping outside the box. Listeners, we are heading into our final break. This is Family Time Live on Love 101 FM, YouTube, and Facebook. It is produced by Family Life Ministries. For our social media interaction, we want you to tell us a story. What about that situation in which you were uncomfortable? How did you deal with it? Let us know via WhatsApp. Send us your texts and voice notes. Keep them 30 seconds or less and send it to 876-997-3125 on Love 101 Facebook page or YouTube channel, or give us a call in studio at 968-8327 or 876-968-8328. We are also on Facebook and YouTube, and we want to hear from you. Do not go away. Stay tuned, because this evening we're talking about leaving your comfort zone with one of our favorite guests, Dr. Lakim Samaj. Hope you're comfortable, because we want you to stay put. Stay in that comfort zone. Sukum.
His Worship the Mayor of Kingston, Senator Delroy Williams, and the KSAMC invite all residents to attend the city's Christmas tree lighting ceremony and massive concert at St. William Grant Park, downtown Kingston, Tuesday, December 20, 6:30 p.m. with Kevin Downswell, Jermaine Edwards, Sister Pat Kukudu, Tivoli Dance Troupe, KC Chapel Choir, and many more surprise acts. Take the children to enjoy the Kiddies Village from midday with rides and enough giveaways. Admission is free, so bring the entire family. It's a City of Kingston's tree lighting ceremony and concert inside St. William Grant Park, Tuesday, December 20, 6:30 p.m. Come out early and see you there.
NIS pensioners, have you changed your address? The Ministry of Labor and Social Security needs to know. Complete the change of address form attached to your life certificate and return it immediately to the NIS office nearest you. For further information, call 876-922-8014 or visit the Ministry's website. The National Insurance Scheme, always working for you. A message from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Big discounts are coming to town. It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale at Home and Things. Enjoy holiday savings on all your favorite tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, vanities, windows and doors, lighting, home decor, and more. Check out dazzling deals on new arrivals. Unwrap the discounts on all your festive finds at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Santa Stick Christmas sale you don't want to miss at Home and Things this Christmas.
National serving the people of Jamaica with your favorite foods to help you stay strong. Yeah. Grab your national bottle, original, truly Jamaican. something for all occasion. Good for your breakfast, lunch or snack. Grab your national bag, original, truly Jamaican. Best quality, 70 years strong. National build up the nation.
National Baking Company, baked with pride since 52.
Welcome back. The time is 6:20 and you are tuned into Love 101. This is Family Time, brought to you by Family Life Ministries. Family Life Ministries provides counseling for people with all kinds of challenges from all walks of life. Listen out for our numbers in Kingston and Portmore at the end of the program. And remember, we're on Facebook and YouTube Live. So tune into the program from our Love 101 Facebook and YouTube page. The topic today is leaving your comfort zone, and we're joined with our guest today, Dr. Lakem Simaj. So Dr. Simaj, before we left, we were about to enter into the discussion about the disadvantages of that person who is adventurous and who is eager to leave the comfort zone. What caution or what advice would you have for that individual?
Again, you look, cars have safety equipment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
have a spare tire.
features. Mm-hmm.
You have a jack. I would never drive a car without having a jack and a spare tire. I have friends of mine who they don't have the spare tire. No, I'm good, man. I can't bother on a spare tire. Huh? The jack not work. They forgot the jack. Me turn back if I forget the jack, right? Because I believe that it's a little risky for you to give yourself no margin of error, because something can happen. And the idea is there will be situations that you have to do something, yes. But I would suggest that to just be a constant, there are young ladies who leave home and go to party and don't know how them coming home. Yeah, man, we must get a ride, man. We must see somebody can drop me home. No, that's not a good strategy. You leave your house, you must know how you're getting home. Tamika, you know something called Vex Money?
Yes, I'm sure she does as she unmutes. Right.
Yes.
You walk with Vex Money, huh?
Yes.
The whole notion. So, but there are a lot of people who are just, you leave home to go somewhere. And you have no, first of all, you don't have the bus fare, you don't have the taxi fare, and you just hope is not a strategy.
No.
So I discourage people from living like that. You're putting yourself in a situation whereby there's really no, you just
at the mercy of others.
At the mercy of others,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So circumstances are such that there are times when you will have situations, but you don't encourage it, you don't make it happen too often, but you want to find a way to balance the situation, create some margin, create a little margin so that you know that, well, if something happens, you can. I mean, even I make sure that when I'm leaving, my phone is charged.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
You want to also keep a power pack in your briefcase or in your bag or in your pocket, because phone
Yes,
can die.
yeah, contingency measures, yeah.
Or you're out longer than you had planned for the whole day and the battery.
Run
dead.
out. Yeah.
Worse yet, I mean, in a situation where I'm in a place in foreign and so on, and where you're totally dependent on your GPS.
Yeah. Unfamiliar territory.
Yeah. And if the phone dies, so you have backup systems in place. So I really encourage that. Yes, you will take chances, but measured chances. Have contingency plan. Another thing, you're leaving the house. Tell somebody where you are.
Where you're headed.
People will live alone. Somebody must have your key.
That's
And
fair.
neighbor must have your key. And there must be a situation they know that if they don't hear from you and see you in the morning by 9 o'clock, come knock the door or call you. If they call and you don't answer the phone, come knock the door. I've known of situations where persons died in their house because something happened and there was nobody. They couldn't call nobody. They couldn't call and they couldn't get to a phone. They couldn't get and nobody even checked on them. It's 2 days later. Huh? So I'm saying that we don't encourage persons to do crazy things.
Yeah, not the daredevil stuff.
No. There's so many people later on in life. Why by the time we did so and so and so? Yeah, you're happy. I'm happy that you live to talk about it.
Not everybody.
But some never live to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know? So the idea is to measure, calculated risk, make sure there's some margin of error so that you are able to a simple
when
mistake
situations that
tragedy.
Sorry, Dr. Samaj, I had a little connectivity issue. I wanted to know when you're at that spot where you have moved beyond the comfort zone, how do you step back and take stock? If as a result of moving from the comfort zone, it is now having a negative effect on you, or in the case where maybe we have a family or a friend as well, what about the telltale signs that they are now outside of the comfort zone but uncomfortable or struggling?
There are times you need to reset. You need to reset. You need a time for reevaluation. Is this really working out? Because every day another crisis, every day another crisis. Because you it's as if your total life is from one crisis to another. We're not talking about just the whole, whether it's not a business or a personal capacity where you're going from crisis to crisis to crisis. That's not even good for your body because the adrenaline, the anxiety, yeah. So maybe you need to back off. You need to cool down a little bit. You need to just take some smaller steps until you can get back to that point where you can move to some bigger ones. So that either extreme is not good. The idea of taking no risk, taking no chance, of totally everything is a, huh? But you need to find that sweet spot where you're measured risk. You operate and you
All right, Dr. Samaj, I know we are winding up. Zidane, we're coming down to the end of our program. Dr. Samaj, I want you to share just a 1 minute takeaway to our listeners. I mean, it's the holiday season, the new year is coming up. People thinking about New Year's resolution and a whole lot of things that they want to do that maybe they didn't do this year. What advice can you give them to step away from the comfort zone, but to do so safely and to still be guarded and measured?
don't take on too many things or too big a jump. The reason why most resolutions fail is because they're too big. They're too many. Well, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to save half of my salary. And you come with a whole heap of things that you didn't get that way overnight. My recommendations, all right, how about making one resolution? But then break it down into all the component parts. All right, I'm going to lose weight. That's the big resolution. But in order for that, what are you going to know? How about your eating? I'm going to. How about your exercise plan? I'm going to. How about some friends you're going to stop hanging out with? Because once you're around them friendly, how about certain relatives you're going to stop visiting? Because once you go around an auntie, if you don't eat.
Listen, oh boy, listeners, you have heard it from Dr. Samaj himself. Listen, he gave you the tip, write it down. Do not take on too much. Make sure that it is measured. Start one at a time. Dr. Samaj, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Listen, listeners, Thank you for being here with us. If you have questions of a personal nature or you are concerned about a family member or a friend, call us at the Family Life Ministries for our center in Portmore at 117 Cecile Avenue. Call 876-939-7917. For more information on our services or for our counselors in Kingston and other parts of the island, contact our head office at 876-920-1034 or 876-926-8101. Please note that appointments can only be made by calling our offices. Otherwise, to keep up with what's happening at Family Life Ministries and all our programs, guess what? Follow us on Facebook at Family Life Ministries and subscribe. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Family Life Ministries FLMJA. Now,
Before we leave you, here is this evening's Bible verse. It comes from Isaiah 41 and verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I'll uphold you with my righteous right hand. So join us for our next edition of Family Time on Love 101. We want to thank our special guest, Dr. Lakem Simaj. Also, thanks to our show producer, Kathy Gale, our studio facilitator, Timoy Butler, and of course, you, our listeners. On behalf of Tamika O'Neill and everyone here at Family Life Ministries, we want to say have a blessed holiday period, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year. I'm Zidane, and we're signing off.